Our 2.7 liter Silverado stranded us 500 miles from home. My wife's a travel agent, and we do a lot for her business, her side business. And one of those things is we go to the amusement parks quite a bit, and that helps her business, her little side hustle that she does. It's very successful, by the way. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to create some content for her channel, or for her business. She actually doesn't have a channel yet. We wanted to create some content for her business with a picture of us from one Disney park and another Disney park. We're going to be going from the Magic Kingdom to Disneyland this Christmas season, so we wanted some pictures to kind of show both parks. That'll help her market for her business. So we took off a couple days before Thanksgiving of 2023 just to go down to Disney World and enjoy each other's company, and also get some content for her business so that she could help market her business a little bit more. And we just decided to drive the truck. Sometimes we fly, most of the time we end up driving though. So we jumped in the Silverado, we headed down, and everything was rolling just fine. I made this video the night before just talking about the truck. I'll drop it in here. People underestimate just a regular vehicle. They can take you anywhere you want in this great United States of America. Behold, a stock base truck in the middle of a 1,200-mile adventure. Let's go have some more. Kind of ironic that the next day after we get up and we drive a couple hundred miles further south, we encounter a failure with our base vehicle. So I was going to be making a video, and I'm still going to make it about what you can do with base model vehicles, but that's not what this video is. This video is about us getting stranded, which is exactly what happened. I tried to take some video of it in progress, but my main focus was actually getting off the road. So it's really not much to see. We were able to get the camera rolling, but not very quickly. Basically what happened was the truck started as I felt it. It felt like a transmission slip. So I assumed that we lost the transmission, just like I say here. Well, I lost the transmission, guys. Hey, I'm just glad it's in the middle of the day. However, I did what any good person should do whenever your vehicle starts acting up. I immediately got it off the road and got it to a place where I could park it and make a phone call. I knew that if I had lost the transmission, there's really nothing that I could do. I was away from my tools, I was away from my carport. I could not change the transmission myself. On top of that, it's still under an extended warranty. I've got right at 43,000 miles on the truck. So I assumed that we had cooked the transmission, and that was going to be the end of it, and we were going to get a new transmission. Turns out that that's not exactly what happened. And so I double checked the transmission temperature immediately, because once we got to a safe place, but there was no transmission faults. Transmission temp was running its normal temperature range in the 190s. There were no problems. And so with the transmission, that is. I made a few phone calls. I called Seminole Chevrolet, which is where we purchased the pickup truck in Florida. And I decided to see if there was anything that they could do. We were still, 170, 150 miles, however much it is, from their shop. They let me know that we could have it towed to their shop, but it would be days before they could look at it to even, give a preliminary diagnosis. So I didn't really have time for that. I didn't want to ship it there, and the truck was technically still drivable at this point. So I had shut off the vehicle, and I got it to a Wawa gas station, and we're just sitting in their parking lot, just kind of waiting, I guess, to decide what we need to do. Do we need to have it towed? What happened? And so at that point, I just used my little Google box and I called the local Chevrolet dealer, which happened to be Davis Chevrolet in Gainesville, Florida. I talked to a service advisor named Paul, and he said, absolutely, we can try to help. Please just come if you can. I turned the truck on. It finally threw a check engine light because it hadn't actually pulled a check engine light yet. But once I turned the truck back on, we had a check engine light. At that point, I put the address for Davis Chevrolet into Waze, and I just went the back roads as best I could and limped it to their shop. We're driving to the Chevy dealer here in Gainesville. Transmission's got some kind of fault.
Do you think we should turn that off?
No, the auto start stop. We'll leave it on. We might get a whole new engine and transmission. This is always fun whenever you're trying to go on a quick vacation. But I told you guys I'd always be honest with you guys as best I could, to the best of my ability, about this truck. And something has went squirrely with the driveline at 42,490 miles. We were traveling about 72 miles an hour through Gainesville, and the transmission just started hitting. Felt like someone was under the hood with a big giant sledgehammer. So could be the torque converter, could be the whole transmission failure, could be something with the engine, but I don't think so, because the start stop is still working, and usually if it's an engine code, that'll stop working. But lower in the gear, she seems to be pulling, but the issue is definitely up top. All right, guys, I'll keep you posted. Thank y'all so much. The adventures of the 2.7 liter.
In a quarter mile, continue straight.
It was not slipping at the lower speeds, so I was very thankful for that. It wasn't hitting or anything like that. But once we got there, they got us straightways in. We lost about 2.5 hours overall on our whole trip. That's not a whole lot. I'll explain what we did. But once we got there, they were able to put the truck on a scanner. I did not bring my scan tool, so I didn't know exactly what codes were being pulled. But I've got the actual codes that they pulled, and so I wrote them on the back of Paul's card. Here, let's see if I got it here. Yep, here we go. So the code that it pulled is P10A8. And basically what that was is it was a malfunctioning injector. So we lost the number 3 injector. Kind of makes sense going back now and feeling what that was. I'll try to put that P10A8 up here, or up here. I'm not really sure which side it's going to look better on. But he listed out a few things, like the lifter lost communication with the body control module. Basically, the computer couldn't talk to the injector anymore, and so cylinder 3 went dead. I understand how serious that can be, especially if it's trying to pump gas still in it or anything like that. With the high compression that these engines are, I'm very thankful that we didn't put very many miles on the truck with a completely dead number 3 cylinder. So that's basically what happened to the truck. The truck is down in Gainesville still for an injector. Now, I've changed injectors before. They're not hard to change. They're well within my skill set to change. They're really not that expensive apart, that sort of thing. The issue that we have is the truck's still under extended warranty. So with my deductible on my extended warranty, it's not going to cost me but like $200 or $300 total, including some shop fees that Davis Chevrolet is going to have. So I'm just going to let the extended warranty take care of it. It'll be done through GM, so it's all going to be GM warranted work and that sort of thing. However, the parts that I need are on back order. Apparently, the 2.7 liter, along with, I know that this is the same for the LS V8 series GM vehicles as well. The fuel rail, I think it's called the high pressure fuel rail, is a one-time use part only, and that's kind of on back order right now. So they're trying to get that part for me. There's some other seals and other things that need to be taken care of as well. The extended warranty company asked them to just go ahead and replace all 4, which they're going to cover for us, which is great. So I'm getting 4 new injectors on our 4-cylinder Silverado, and that should take care of it. Now, we have a problem. So I want to talk about that just a little bit. Oh, one more thing before I talk about that, the next piece. Let's talk about the price. So the price that they quoted, and I'm still waiting for a breakdown. I wanted to get this video out to you guys. We finished our trip and got back, and I just wanted to make this video my first day back, just to get it out there while we're waiting on the truck. But the quote was right around $2,200 to get this done. I don't know the exact breakdown. If I get the breakdown before I'm through editing this video, I'll put it out here. Otherwise, look for it in a future video. But that leads us to the next point. I was able to get a rental car. So fortunately, Davis Chevrolet has rental companies like right next door, within half a mile. Okay, not exactly like right next door, but they have rental cars within half a mile. Shout out to Hertz down there in Gainesville next to Davis Chevrolet. They gave us a break on the pricing because they have some kind of partnership with a dealership, and we were just in a tough break. They were able to give us a one-way vehicle so we could pick it up in Gainesville, finish our trip, and take it back to Chattanooga, which we did. We dropped it off last night, and it's raining here. It's like the perfect day to talk about a broke truck. Hold, please. This might actually be a good conversation for you guys to hear. Hello, it's Jeremiah. Well, I appreciate you calling me and talking to me about it. I was just, I mean, if GM can take care of it, I feel better about it. I'm glad it's at a dealership, but yeah, anything you can do, that's great. Well, my local GM dealer says that it should be covered under the powertrain warranty. So he's going to do some research and get back with me. I love having a good Chevy dealer. Really, any good dealer's pretty good by itself, right? All right, so that's exciting. That was a phone call that I was actually expecting to come, and the reason is because I wanted to see how we're going to get this thing home. I already told you we're flying to California in less than a month, and so there's still some travel that's going on for my wife's work and for leisure as well. But we need to figure out how to get this truck home, and so we may be making a video to go rescue the 2.7 liter, but I was asking my GM dealer if they know any other alternatives to get the truck back home. So stay tuned for that stuff. I'll do my best to keep you guys updated as this ongoing saga continues. So I've got 2 dealerships that may be in disagreement, which is just fine with me. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later.